So welcome to Become Fearless webinar, How to Fight Anxiety and Depression with Flow. So my name is Meera Nair. For those who don't know me, I'm a Flow and Nirvana education expert and a specialist as well. So we have a lot of our Asian Nirvana instructors, and also we have a lot of my Asian, especially Singapore students we have. And of course, a warm welcome to all of you from all over the world. So let's go straight into it and let's talk about what we will be covering today. Okay, we have just 1 hour, so I'm just trying to see how much I can finish, and I hope I don't have to delete any slides. So the first thing that you will get to know is what does it mean to be in a flow state, and then we also will understand how to fight anxiety and depression, especially now with the kind of situation we are all facing, right? So as the pandemic is going on, because in Asian countries it's really strict, we are really not being able to get out anywhere, and I know in the other part of the world it's a little more relaxed, but we are getting anxious and depression is getting in, and now we're getting so agitated with the smallest thing, and we don't realize that we are sort of getting where we are sort of getting a repetitive habit of complaining and say, oh, we can't get out, and what happens is that it becomes part of us. So we don't want to go to that part, where it becomes part of us. And when we are really faced with situations, then we are our mind sort of shuts down, right? So we will learn a little bit about the two modes, fear versus flow, why we have to get into flow from fear and how to do it. And of course, how to do it with this will be with the flow triggers. We will do some practical part in this webinar. Of course, we'll talk about the FlowHub 7. I will walk you through the whole FlowHub 7 so that you can see how it can support you on your day-to-day activities. And yes, we will talk a little bit about the FlowCoach course that's coming up. And finally, we'll also have some Q&A, and I hope we have the time. Definitely, I will keep some time for question answers. So let's just get straight into this. What is a flow code? What is flow state? So what is flow state? And why is it that we need to be in the flow state? Because the state of flow or being in the zone is the state of peak performance, the most desirable state you want to be in. Okay, it is the optimal functioning and optimal immune system. So the flow state is a state we all are seeking, because this is the state where it is the foundation for deep inner peace and empowerment. And we definitely want to feel empowered, don't we all? Right? So in the deep now, there is no fear. Why? Because when you are standing there in fear, when fear is there, you're standing in front of fear, what happens is the fear disappears. It's just like the shadow. When it's 12 o'clock, you don't see the shadow, right? Like 12 p.m., you don't see the shadow because the shadow is right on top of you. Otherwise, the shadow is following you everywhere. It's just like fear. The fear is following. But when you stand in front of fear, there is no more fear. So in the flow state of mind, what happens is that your mind doesn't drift away to other stories that you keep telling yourself. So there is no place for limitations, hence there's no fear. I'm sure you all must have experienced some flow, right? Like no fear zone, especially when you were kids. When we were kids, we all ran up the hills, jumped up and down the couch. We did somersault, we laughed and we played, we got hurt. And we still kept doing things that were dangerous, but we never knew that it was dangerous because it is a complete fearless zone, isn't it? So what have we created in our mind? So our mind is very powerful, and we all know that, right? Your thoughts, what you think about yourself is what you really create. So your thoughts can make you or break you, isn't it? We believe that whatever the mind commands you, isn't it? Whatever mind tells you, you're not good enough, then you believe that. This is because the mind is sort of protecting you. Okay? So, and protecting you from what? What is it protecting you from? It's protecting you from your past experiences. We've had some experience in the past, and because of that, we don't want to get back into that situation because it is not a good situation. Probably you fell down, you got hurt, so you stop, you don't want to cycle anymore, right? Or you've got your heart broken and you don't want to fall in love anymore. So this is the way the mind protects you. So what has become of us now from when we were small, from 5 years to now current situations? So what are the limiting thoughts? What are your limiting thoughts? If you can just type out, okay, what stops you? Now, I will give you an example. Your mind, when you want to do something, your mind says, be careful, it's too dangerous, right? Okay, so tell me, anybody else? What else can you think of? What is stopping you? If you can type, it'll be really good, and I can see also. Yeah, I'm not good enough. Yeah, I'm not good enough. I'm not pretty enough, not rich enough. I'm too fat, I'm too thin. I am tired, I cannot do that. No one likes me. Too old for that. What else? You want to do something and your mind tells you you will never make it. Oh, don't even dream of that. I'm a failure. I'm a lousy parent. Okay, no one loves me. My life is a mess. What's the point now? So these are kind of limiting thoughts that we keep telling ourselves, especially when we want to do something and if something stops you. So what happens then? We are back into the same situation, isn't it? So mind is so powerful. What you feel, you become. What you think, you attract, and what you imagine, you create, isn't it? Yes? Yeah. Okay, so right now, let's stop your limiting thoughts. Just for a moment, stop your limiting thoughts, okay? Your mind has been chained into the limiting thoughts, and it's time for you to just let go and to reprogram our mind. So if you have accumulated all these limiting thoughts over the years, it doesn't take much time to undo those things, isn't it? So what is flow personality? Okay, being at one. If we merge with what we are doing, which gives you the overwhelming feeling of being at one. So what does this mean? So you are one and the activity that you're doing is something different, right? But when we are in flow, these two comes together, and then what happens? What happens? You forget that the activity is something different and you are another person, but it becomes one. So if you are going down the snow, the hills, you're skiing down, okay? You enjoy that activity so much that you become part of the snow, right? So being one, it's only when you look deep within that you sort of connect yourself and you'll be able to be one with yourself, one with your mind and one with your body, and most importantly, what? Your breath. You connect with your breath. Am I right? You can type in yes, no, maybe. So just keep it going interactive, okay? So to create oneness, the mind has to be in flow, right? No limiting thoughts. It has to flow. And to be in flow, we need to declutter the mind. What is happening in your mind? There's no more space, right? There's no more space. There's so many thoughts going on in your mind. So to declutter the mind, you need to create space in your mind. Just like how you create space in your cupboard, in your wardrobe. If you're going to keep on buying clothes and stuffing it into the cupboard, what's going to happen? It's going to overflow. So you need to make space. You'll take out the old stuff and then you put in new stuff. So it's just like that. Your mind is just like that. So when the mind is clear, there is peace. And that's when we have flow. Isn't it? Yeah. So FlowCode, what is FlowCode? So FlowCode is a roadmap to the flow state. So by applying all the FlowCode principle, any activity can become an activity experience in the state of flow. So this is kind of a vault, or you can say it's a kind of a library filled with information. You have rules, interventions, and roadmaps that help you to reach that flow state. Okay, so quickly I'm going to show you a video on this so that you understand a little bit more. So I'm just going to stop sharing this. I'm going to show you this video so you can do this video. Jyotika, just let me know, okay, if you hear the music too loud. Okay.
FlowCode, lesson number 1.
Is it okay or is it too loud?
Can't hear.
Cannot hear?
No, can't hear the music.
FlowCode lessons.
Now?
Let's speak first to what the
Yes.
flow state is all about.
But a little bit more louder, Meera.
Now?
We act with razor sharp focus. Our confidence is overwhelmed with certainty. Our body and mind adapts to the situation.
Little bit more higher
In
volume.
this, we take giant steps in our level of fulfillment.
Is that okay?
In the
Yeah,
direction
you can go a little bit higher, please.
Oh, that's the highest.
in it,
Oh,
you're completely dissolved in what we're
Why is
doing. So much that it feels like time is slowing down. We're so deeply in the present moment that we merge with activity itself.
but Meera, your video is not showing. Only audio is playing.
Oh, really?
Yes.
There
Okay,
is
wait.
no doubt. There are no stresses or pressures
Now?
blocking.
Does it show now? Okay. Okay, let me just go back, okay?
It's
Yes.
a number.
Okay.
What is a flow state? Hi, and I am Max Flow. I will be your leading voice through the complete FlowCode lessons. Let's peek first into what the flow state is all about. You know that state we're in when we act with razor sharp focus. Our confidence is overwhelmed with certainty. Our body and mind adapts to the situation effortlessly. It's in this state that we take giant steps in our level of fulfillment, moving in the direction that was previously not even dreamt of. In it, we are completely dissolved in what we're doing, so much that it feels like time is slowing down. We're so deeply in the present moment that we merge with activity itself, giving us the overwhelming feeling of being at one. In that state, there is no doubt. There are no stresses or pressures blocking us from achieving what we want. There's no inner voice criticizing every move we make. We are completely immersed in the task at hand. The state is not elusive. This state is not mythical. It's called the flow state. When we are in flow, we are adjusting to reality cues, like riding a flow wave. We experience the most desirable state we may find ourselves in. It's about total trust and total absence of fear, a sense of extreme happiness, connectedness, and harmony pervades into your being. You feel in tune with the task, moving with accuracy and composure, and fully enjoy every second of it. Athletes call it runner's high, or being in the zone. Others call it a heightened state of consciousness. Buddhists call it nirvana. We call it the state of flow, a fluid stream of optimal perception and optimal experience, a state where everything just flows.
Okay. So you got to hear that? Was that okay? You could hear it and see it, right? Okay. Okay, great. So just let me go back to okay. All right. So just to so you had a gist of what flow state is all about. Okay, so let's move forward. Okay, so if you look at this flow personality and fear mode, okay, most of the time we are in the fear mode and not in the flow mode. We are mostly fear driven. Why? Because as we are growing up, see, when we were kids, we didn't have any fear, right? But as we grew up, we were told, don't talk too loudly, don't make a scene, don't do this, don't do that. So what has happened is our mind has been conditioned in such a way that it is sort of fear driven. And even the situation now, if you look at this COVID and all that, there's a lot of fear that's driving us. So we stop going out, we stop doing things. And what is happening? We have come to a place where we are sort of like, when are things going to get better, isn't it? So fear can paralyze us into inaction, and it can numb our emotions and thoughts, and resulting in poor decisions and judgments. So when we are fearful, we don't make good judgment. we don't make good, decisions. So it makes us, what's happening is that it makes us feel alone and we feel disconnected. Disconnected from what? From people. You're disconnected from people because you're disconnected from yourself. It cuts us off from our power and our knowledge and our experience because you don't want to go forward. Because if you want to be knowledgeable and you want to be powerful, you need to keep doing things, right? You need to keep doing things. And if you're constantly in a fearful mode, it separates us from our soul and our spirit so much that it makes you wonder sometimes, what is life all about, So if you don't feel your purpose and dwell in that mode, then you will completely start spiraling down. So what happens then? Boredom takes over, doubt, you keep worrying, and you're constantly cynical and critical, and because there's no plan, there is no goal, there is no more motivation. You feel like as if you're stuck. You're stuck where? In the quicksand, and you're like gasping for breath. So yeah, you're sort of struggling. So ask yourself, how long will you go on this way? It's don't you think it's time to put our lives back to perspective? No, we all do have some amount of flow, yes, but we keep taking actions. But there are a whole lot of people who stop taking actions, and such sometimes, even for us, we need a slight push, like what you're attending this particular talk or this webinar, to get some ideas as to how to get over fear and get into flow. So how do we get from fear to flow? If you look at this chart here, our interpretations of our experience creates our reality. Isn't that right? What you create in your mind is what you believe is true. Okay? At a snap of a finger, you can start feeling sad. At a snap of a finger, you can start feeling happy. If I give you a sad thought just now, you'll start feeling sad. You'll start feeling emotional. If I tell you a sad story, right? That's how powerful our mind is. So we create our own reality based on the perception and mindset that we have. So it's time to undo the years of limiting thoughts, okay? Years of conditioning from the time we have been growing up, and to reorganize. So I do conduct regular flow sessions to help participants kickstart their journey to success where there is no fear. Like I said, there will be fear, but we learn how to tackle that fear. Okay? So this is to help you get over the anxiety of starting a routine. We want to start something, but we don't start because there is a fear there. So we will talk about that a little bit later. Towards the end, we'll talk a little bit about that. Okay. So flow personality. Being in flow is a place where you are in control, and you balance your confidence and power. So look at this, no fear. It does not stop you from going beyond if you're a flow personality. And here, you're not critical, you're not cynical. You learn how to control this limiting voice that is constantly loud in your mind. We also are in that playful perception. We learn how to approach things not so seriously, but in a much fun manner, like what we are doing now. It's just a fun thing that we are doing, okay? But every time, if you're going to attend an interview, or you're going to address 5,000 people, there will be a little bit of fear, right? But you will have some tools to get you back on track, and that's what this webinar is all about. How do you get back that power? Okay, so active flow control. Here you are in charge. Deep immersion will be whatever you take up or you do, you're able to enjoy it fully by being present to that particular activity, so much that you feel that time stood still, right? Time distortion happens. So the feeling of satisfaction and happiness sort of engulfs you completely, and you feel successful. So how many of you would like to have some success in your life? Say I, or you just put up your hand, or you just say I. You can just type out. How about repeated success and fulfillment? Yes. Repeated? Yeah, why not, right? If you can have success in your life, you can have repeated success in your life and fulfillment, right? If you know how to be successful, it can be repeated. How about some peace in your mind and not to worry about when will I get time to go and have some coffee with my friends? And there's no worry there, right? Some fun, enjoy in whatever you do, and not making it feel like a work, like a chore that you are, yeah, I have to do that. Well, you don't have to do that. But when you do something, you enjoy doing it. And how about achieving that one thing that you've always dreamt of? So that can be like, you've been wanting to learn cycling or swimming, and you've come to this age and you say, it's not for me. Why not? Why not? You can. And that is where you forget about what people think about you. I'm not too old for it, I can still do it, kind of a thing, right? Now, when you talk about this whole thing, actually it all comes with your breath, right? So research says that poor oxygenation is connected to the most modern chronic diseases. Why? Because emotions play a big role in the way you breathe. Now, like I said, if I'm going to tell you a sad story, how are you going to breathe? You start breathing deep in the sense like, it's not like deep breathing with your diaphragm, but it's like your heart is so heavy, isn't it? If I'm going to narrate a sad story, right? So hundreds of studies have linked stress to poor breathing habits, and many modern chronic conditions can be traced back to one single common source, and that's insufficient cell oxygenation and cell hypoxia. How about anger, fear, anxiety, grief? When you're angry, how do you breathe? You start clenching your teeth, isn't it? So to add on to this, you're bored, there's no activity happening, sadness, depression closes your body posture completely. Hence, what happens when your body posture closes, the muscles, your breathing muscles get tightened, and there's no more room for your lungs to open up. There's no more room for your ribs to open up. So that becomes a habit, right? And of course, we have other factors like, lifestyle, continuous seated position, and tight clothes, and the heels that we wear. So all you need to do is breathe, okay? Breathe, let go, and remind yourself that this very moment is the only one you have for sure. And the others are all immaterial, okay? It's only your breath. So breath is so important. So shallow breathing leads to negative emotions, and which is toxic and stressful. It's excessive. We do breath only, chest only breathing. It becomes excessive, right? Right. So let's look at the next slide. Just breathe. Okay, we need to take action and also set up another front. Yes, with all the stress that we are having, our own personal stress that we have this COVID-19, which is like hovering over our head, right? So when your energy is low, your immunity level can also drop. And now with the pandemic that has hit us very hard, we really need to keep our spirits high, and fight this, and really fight this, right? So let's explore what is happening here. Let's explore the way we are breathing. Now, if you look at this chart here, we have, if you look at the 4 to 9 breathing, a breath per minute, and that's quite an ideal breath per minute, 4 to 9. That's the normal way we are supposed to be breathing. So this here, the healing of your body and mind happens, and it is positive oxygenation process where the flow hormones like endorphins and serotonins and dopamine are released for basic healthy metabolism, right? And I'm sure most of you know this. And this system is called the parasympathetic system, where we are more relaxed and your body and mind is healing. Whereas if you look at the 10 to 18 breath minutes, here is when the increased risk of disease happens. This is more chronic oxygenation, chronic oxygen deprivation, and here the stress hormones like adrenaline, cortisol, and norepinephrine are sort of released, and this is sort of leads you to acidity and toxic metabolism. And here, if you're constantly breathing in this mode, you are going to be falling sick very often. Okay, so this we call it the sympathetic mode. But in life, we need to have both this parasympathetic and sympathetic mode, but in a balanced way. In the past, we were more in the parasympathetic mode, and now it's completely turned the other way around. So we just need to learn how to balance it. So if stress takes over, if you're in fear, anxiety, grief, or encourage stress in your life all the time being anxious, we impair our immune system, right? It's a direct link. Your immunity goes down completely, and that's how people who are all the time stressful, they fall sick very often. And all the feelings and states lead the brain to release higher levels of these hormones, and it suppresses our digestive system, alters our mood. You become moody, and your immune system responds, leaving us prone to severe infection and diseases like COVID-19. So in fact, after this whole pandemic has come in Singapore, we are sort of promoting a lot of mindfulness in the workout, more than the hardcore workout that we do. We are really encouraging the nation, the people, to take up mindful breathing. So getting in flow is proven to massively boost our immune system, right? Through numerous research, and that's why flow may be one of the key weapons against fighting viral pandemics. We can wait for the vaccine, but let's start breathing. So right now what we're going to do is we're going to experience some breathing, okay? And what I want you to do, we are just going to take about 4 minutes. I'm going to really use 4 minutes for you to really calm down, okay? I know that many of you are coming from work and everything, taking time and making sure that you are here. So this is the way we breathe, just for the benefit of people who have never experienced this pursed lip breathing technique. We use the diaphragm. And where we inhale through the nose and we exhale through the mouth, which is the pursed lip breathing technique. And when we breathe, we fill in the lungs such that your abdomen comes out. So it's kind of a three-dimensional movement around your torso, okay? And there will be cues for you to inhale. The higher pitch you will be inhale, and the lower pitch of the Himalayan bowl. So you have this bowl sound like this. Okay, you will hear this in the music. So try to follow inhale and exhale. You will see that the exhale will be longer, and keep exhaling until you hear the next ting sound. That means you have to inhale. Okay, shall we try that now? I will just go to share screen. Stop sharing this, and I'll go to share screen. Okay. Jyotika, can you hear me?
Yes, can hear you, but again we can't see the video, Meera.
Oh, wait. Okay, wait. Now? Okay, just hang in there. So I want you all to really sit in a relaxed way. If you're on a chair, try to rest your back. Keep your palms opened up on your lap, or if you have an arm, you can your arm on your chair, you can just rest your hands on there. Keep your palms opened. Your feet should be flat on the floor, okay? Your spine in neutral, but keep your shoulders relaxed. So all of you, if you're just sitting this way and that way, please try to come up and be seated in a comfortable position. You can close your eyes. You're going to go in for your 4 inhale and 12 exhale. So there's a long exhalation going to happen there, okay? So initially I give you some cues, and then you can continue breathing on your own, okay? So we will go. Inhale. Exhale through your mouth. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Fill your lungs. Hot air should come out of your mouth. Inhale. Exhale. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Hot air. Use your diaphragm. Slow exhalation. Relax your shoulders. Don't hold tight. Exhale. Go on. Inhale. Exhale through your mouth. Let out all the air from your lungs. In and out. Few more seconds. Inhale deep. Exhale, let out all the air from your mouth for 12 counts. As you inhale and exhale, your whole body relaxes. How did that feel? How did that feel? You can type in your chat. How did that feel? Right? Yes. Okay. All right. So moving on. Let me get back to the slide. Okay. So I hope you are much more relaxed now. Okay. So now you can refocus your mind because a lot of information, right? Okay. So fight fear with flow. How can we do that? Okay, so now, getting in flow is proven to be massively boosting your immune system. We all know that. It is a kind of an antidepressant feeling. It lowers your anxiety level. So that, what happens is that you can think clearly. When you're not anxious, you start thinking clearly, right? So then we have, we also say that it calms down your prefrontal cortex of your brain. That is, what is prefrontal cortex? It's one part of your brain that it's responsible for thinking your thoughts. So what happens here is it calms down so that it takes away the fear. It calms down, takes away all the unwanted things that you're thinking and creates space. And it influences our endocrine system, which is a a network of glands, okay, that is responsible for secreting all the hormones for your body to function. And this actually it drives us straight into giving us a feeling of happiness and fulfillment. Okay. Now, this is when we are getting from the stress mode to a comfort mode, from stress to being comfortable, right? So, so if you set peace of mind as your highest goal, that is the priority, right? Keeping your mind at ease and being in peace. That's what we want, and we try to organize our life around that. So, mind, as we say again, is so powerful. So, how do we replace negativity with flow? Yeah, taking away the negativity with flow. And I'm just going to read this out to you. Studies show that people who are calm, happy, and energized achieve highest level of performance and effectiveness. That's why flow is so effective at workplace, even at our home, within our family members. All that negative feeling, we are not agitated, we are not snapping at each other. It creates a kind of a positive environment within your family also. Okay. So how do we do this? It's all through flow trigger channels that we will be talking about. We will be using FlowHub Pro, or we'll talk about FlowHub 7, and we have the whole trigger channels. So let's talk about the sensory flow alignment. So what is sensory flow alignment? This is the alignment where we talk about, we include the breathing, the movement, your kinesthetic awareness, balance, taste, smell, touch, hot, your heat and cold. When how do you play around with the heat and cold? We also talk about the sounds and visual flow alignments. Then we also have the cognitive flow alignment, influence through internal cognitive activity, where here it's relating to the mental process of perception. So here we have intentions alignment. So say supposing the intention is I am powerful. Okay, so we play around with intention so much that you feel that you're powerful, and we have like a ritual flow alignment, playing around again with that intention. So we do kind of a ritual, a hand movement probably, to help with that alignment. And then we have also the flow recall alignment. So whenever you are in a stress mode, there are some recall alignments that you can do. It's like a tool that you carry around with you, and you use it whenever you feel fear, and that is the recall system that we call it. Okay, and the flow personality alignment. So ability to recall images and impressions, being able to modify them to experience more flow-prone mindset. It's an excellent source of flow experience. We also have the social alignment flow through social group, because we as human beings are social animals, right? Now we are sort of not being very social, but we are still being social through Zoom calls and WhatsApp and Messenger. We are doing video calls with our loved ones. We have to be social, otherwise we are a lost lot. So even when we do something, it's more fun to do anything in a group. Even to achieve a result, if you do it individually, alone, it's going to take much more time. But if you're in a group, it boosts that experience, and it takes you to that the goal, the end position very fast. So doing anything in a group is more fun. You learn more. Even when we were young, we studied together. We learn more when we are sharing knowledge, isn't it? And finally, we have the environmental flow alignment. And here, nature plays a very important role, because we are part of nature. We are human beings, part of the nature. We are all living creatures. So that's why when we are in nature, we feel very fulfilled. We feel happy. It feels like, it's like a long lost friend, because we are so much in the city and in the buildings. But when we go to nature, we suddenly feel that, okay, this is where we belong. So we are part of nature, and being in nature in the park just calms you down. It really calms you down. Okay. So here, there are different ways that you can learn how to be in flow. So there are some programs available for you, and the first one is with FlowHub 7. So we have the FlowHub 7 app that has got vast collection of time-tested flow programs and flow alignment triggers, and this will support you on a day-to-day basis. Then we have also regular flow sessions with FlowCoach or accelerated results. Now we have FlowHub 7. You can do things on your own, but if you have a coach, the coach will help you. The coach will hold your hands and take you through that journey so that you achieve what you want in life in a faster way. Okay, so we have that, and also we have some instructors here today who are flow coaches, and we have some who have taken up the course and waiting to be flow coaches, and some of you are considering to become a flow coach. So this would be something for you to add on to whatever you are currently teaching, and having a mentor, and a couple of mentors who can guide you through this whole process. So I will be, if you want my help, I'll be more than happy to help you through this whole process. Okay, so give it a thought. Now let's explore quickly. I'm going to go through this FlowHub 7. Okay, so let me just stop sharing this and go to FlowHub 7 so you know exactly what it looks like. So FlowHub 7. Okay, wait. Let me just go to my FlowHub 7. Just a moment. Okay. All right. Okay, can you all see this? Jyotika, can you see this? No? Okay, wait. I'll stop sharing and then I will share. Share screen. Okay. Now can you see it?
Yes.
Okay. So FlowHub 7, if you go to this app, this is what you will see. Okay, let me move this away. You have lessons. Okay, so this lesson will teach you exactly what is FlowCode, what is to be in a flow state. You have like 40 lessons in this. Okay, it's a whole lot, and you have video. You can go through the video. There's a text. You can read through it and understand what is FlowCode. Then you have these triggers. Okay, so I'm going to show you some triggers. So we have flow trigger sets, and in this, if you click, you will see Nirvana triggers. So we have like 3 triggers that you can do on a daily basis, like 3 triggers. One is a 4 and 4 breathing, one is 4 and 8, and one move you have with 4 and 12 that can sort of kickstart your day if you don't have time for your 1-hour Nirvana session. Okay, we have stretched flow triggers, we have balanced flow triggers, we have strength flow triggers. Okay, so those are the triggers. Then we have the sensory flow alignment. Here we talk about sensomotoric, which is more of the movement. So we have Nirvana warm up. So warm up is like 4-minute warm up. So if you don't have time, you see with FlowHub 7, there's a lot. You can pace yourself from morning till evening what you're going to do. So you can have a warm up. Then maybe in the evening or when the weather is nice, you can go for a breath walk. So breath walk is also very interesting because there is like a 6 minutes or 7 minutes of music which cues you with the breathing. So you step forward with the breathing. So inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. The tuition, like the direction or the how to do this will be given in this app. So you can just follow how to do the breath walk. Okay, so that's the movement part. Then we have the breath, the cognitive. Okay, so now we have something called the dolphin breath. In dolphin breath, it's completely different from what we are breathing now, deep inhale and long exhalation. In dolphin breath, there is part where you hold your breath for a long period. So, and that's also very interesting. And this, you can do it at a certain time of the day. Then we have slow breath, and then we have 7 breath. So 7 breath is something where, you are going to present something. So have you seen when actors or singers, when they're going to perform, what they do some with their mouths, so just to let go. So this 7 breath is something like that. It lets go, and you take 7 deep breaths, and then you're ready to present. So this is something that you can use, as a tool before to calm your nerves probably. And of course, we have the deep sleep trigger. The deep sleep triggers are really nice. You have uninterrupted breathing technique in this with deep breath, and you sort of really go to sleep. So there are different types of breathing here. Then we have also the auditory flow alignment. I'll just show you. So we have sounds of nature. We have the blue lagoon, the sandy beach, mountain stream. So you can sort of immerse yourself with sounds of nature. This is something that you can hear, and this is like 1 hour, 2 hours sound, just sound. So this is something that you can use as well. And of course, you have some of the hot and flow alignment rituals that you can follow. A cold leg ritual, cold shower ritual. So the instructions are sort of given here. You can follow that. Tactile flow alignment would be touch of flow. So we talk about massage. So when you go for massage, what you feel? You just want your masseuse to press that part harder, right? So you are you're so in one with that massage. And of course, we have object meditation. Object meditation is like you may have a flower in your hand, and you touch the petal, and you feel the petal. It's looking at the petal. What is the color of the petal? It's just complete immersion into this object meditation. So this is something where you don't think about anything else, but you're focused here. Okay? So we have that, and then we have the chemosensory flow alignment. It teaches you how to be in flow with fragrance, with smell. So in Nirvana Fitness, we use a lot of essential oils, aromatherapy. We use a lot of this to induce deep relaxation. And also we have taste of flow. So when you eat something, how to be in flow. There's a whole instructions given for you. And of course, we have the visual. So visual, it can be posters, and for me personally, visual is when I go to nature and I just look at the ocean, or I just look at the trees, and that is visual flow alignment for me. Okay, so there's a whole lot, and then so that is the triggers. Then we have the programs. Programs is how do you do it on a daily basis? How do you want to get deep sleep? So you have, if I click on this, it shows. Okay, I'll just show you this deep sleep program one. It shows you exactly the method of how to go about it. Lying in bed for 30 minutes or so. What kind of recall trigger to do, what kind of mindset to use, what kind of light meditation or flow recall trigger, and then you go into deep sleep trigger. So there's a whole lot here. Right? So let's. So that's about FlowHub 7. I hope you in this short presentation you sort of understood it. But not to worry. I'm going to share a little bit more. So just a minute. So we have the FlowHub 7, all the alignment that we spoke about, the 7 mindsets and the flow mindsets and the slow breath and the dolphin breaths. So what you can do is you can try this app for 7 days. Okay, you don't have to pay anything. All you need to do is go to the website and fill up. There's a questionnaire and you fill it up. The cost, actually there is a cost to it, but you can try it for 7 days for free without even paying for it. And if you're interested and you feel there's something for you, then you can buy it. And the cost is €9.90. But if you use my voucher with Meera Nair, you will get a 10% discount. Okay, use the discount code Meera Nair and you get 10%, and you end up paying only €8.91. But don't go into it until you try the free 7 days. Try it out. Okay, just try it out. this is where you go to www.theflowhub.com. Okay, so here we have so that is the we're talking about the app. Now we also have regular flow sessions with FlowCoach or for accelerated results. So some of you may want to go into deeper journey into this, right? See, you can go and listen to so many webinars. You can go to webinars after webinars and learn everything, grasp a little bit of everything, all the content, and then recreate a plan for you. But to achieve it, sometimes what happens is your motivation level drops because there's no one to push you, and it's so easy for you to get out of flow, right? So for that, you can have a flow coach. So I will be doing flow sessions to get you on track. And on 8th of September, I have a session. We will be starting this session, the new session. It is about 45 minutes. It's at 12 p.m. CET time and 6 p.m. Singapore time. And for 4 lessons, the charge is like $30 Sing dollars. Okay, but of course, I invite all of you to come for my complimentary lesson on the 1st of September. Come and try it out and see what it is and what is it for you. Okay, and if you like it, then you can continue, because if you really want accelerated results, then you may want to try it out. And of course, we are also looking at another time slot to accommodate some of you who are going to bed at 11 o'clock. So it will be 5 a.m. Singapore time. Other than that, we have regular Nirvana fitness sessions, and we have a lot of Nirvana instructors here, but I can share with you my timing. I have a Monday morning 9:30 a.m. time, and Tuesday and Thursday is 6:45 Singapore time and 12:45 CET time. It's 55 minutes and $40 for 4 lessons. Okay, and I invite you to come and try our complimentary classes. Okay, and if you've not tried out, especially, some of you have attended some of the Nirvana classes by our Nirvana instructors, right? Yeah. Okay, and then we have also we are looking at getting more flow coaches here in our team. So come. I know we have got a lot of flow coaches. Some of you are still thinking, like I said, so what do you get out of being a flow coach? You can start your own flow coach lessons, your sessions, work with individual, like you can do a one-on-one, and you can also work in groups. You can lead workshops like what I'm doing now, and many of our flow coaches are leading workshops. And you can package your own program and get your clients to flow. Other than that, as a flow coach, you also have 2 options, that is to enter the movement of thousands of professionals in over 45 countries all around the world. And flow coach, so once you sign up for this, and if you need some more help, then of course I will be mentoring you for further guidance as to how to present your offer, how to lead the webinars, how to lead the sessions, and also how to teach the triggers and the flow theory. Okay, so for this, to sign up, you go to www.flow.nirvana.fitness and click on register now. And you know how to do this, right? If you don't, just contact me. I will teach you how to do it. And or you can also get in touch with HQ directly with support, and you can just send them an email, support@flowcode.com, for any further questions. Now I know you have a big question: what does it cost? Okay, the cost to be a flow coach is this much. It's like a yearly subscription. Then you have lifetime access is this much. And the most interesting one is this. This is very interesting because they have come up with an installment plan. Okay, so here you end up paying like 69 euros for 12 months. But again, if you use this code Meera Nair, you'll get 10%, not only for these 2, but also for your installment basis. You can still get your 10% discount. So you may want to think about it. What can be done? Do you want to do it? Is this possible? What is possible? Talk to me. Okay, I can guide you. Okay, so what's the time? Okay, so we have got upcoming webinars. I have got something coming up on 11th of September. It's at 9 p.m. again, same time. I have something that is deep sleep, and then I have fearless playfulness, how to approach anything with a playful mind. So this is going to be really interesting. Some of you missed out on the deep sleep webinar I had a couple of weeks ago. If you have missed out on that, please do attend this. I'll be sharing a lot more. And on 9th of October, I have the power of breath. So please feel free. It's free. You don't have to pay anything. Okay, so please come and join us. But I do have also another webinar for those who really want to go deeper. I know from my students, some of you are really looking at really overcoming your fear. So I have 2-hour detailed workshop. Okay, so here you see there's a lot of slides, but I will be doing a hands-on workshop. It's a 2-hour workshop on 16th of October. So here we are limiting the number of participants with only 10 to 15, and the time will be 8:30 to 10:30 p.m. Singapore time and 2:30 to 4:30 p.m. CET time. And what we'll be covering is a little bit of lecture. We will be doing a lot of mind movies. We are going to create fun with serious tasks. Okay, but serious tasks but with fun. And I'm going to also share with you 90 days mind conditioning plan with flow and a lot more. And you really don't want to miss this. Okay, so now the cost. The actual cost for this is $46. But all those who are going to attend my webinars, any of these webinars or even the webinar today, the cost will be $30. So send me an email or you can WhatsApp me on this number and I can share a little bit more about this. Okay. So yeah, I know this 1 hour is not enough. I need to share a lot more, but you know, I promised that I will keep it within 1 hour. So I'm just quickly going to go do a recap. What you feel, you become. What you think, you attract. And what you imagine, you create. Agree with me? Right? So, to overcome anxiety, depression, and fear, the mind has to be in flow. To be in flow, we need to declutter the mind and create space in that mind. And when the mind is clear, there is peace, and that's when we flow. And you are the creator. You create the plan, you create the routine. Flow is the foundation for deep inner peace and empowerment, and that's what we want, right? Breathe, let go, and remind yourself that this very moment is only one you know you have for sure. So let's breathe. Let's breathe together. Do not fear to ask help if you need. Okay, I'm just an email away, or I'm just a number away, I'm just a messenger away, and I'm just WhatsApp away. So do you have any questions? I know this has been an express session. Do you have any questions? So I can, if you have any questions, I can spare another 5 minutes or so if you like to ask any questions. So please do share with me what you feel. I know it's a lot, it's all sort of compressed. It's a lot, right? So please do come and join me for one of the sessions, and I will share a little bit more with you. Okay. You can chat, you can send, you can type out if you have any questions here. Anybody have any questions? If not, please leave a testimonial. Just let me know what you felt. What is this that you liked most? I know I would have loved to share a little bit more meditation, but we don't have the time, but I will sometimes maybe do like a 10-minute meditation or 15-minute meditation. I'll just invite you. Does that sound good? Okay, all right. Okay, so if you don't have any questions, then I will say good night to everyone. So let's all breathe together and B2E everyone. I will see you all next time. Bye-bye. Good night, Rita. Good night. Yeah, good night. Oh my God. Okay, everyone.
Good night, Meera.
Thank you. You can unmute yourself and say bye-bye to me. Nilet, you can unmute yourself. Thank you. Hey, Janet, you made it. Hey. Thank you.
Thank you, Meera. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure having all of you here today.
Yeah, I'm going to leave.
All right. Okay. Bye, everyone. Yes.
Bye.
Okay. I'm going to say bye and I'm going to close. Okay. All right. Bye-bye. Good night, everyone. Good night.